Fuck yeah. So, whoa. Yo, 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 yo. Trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. Old school there. Earl Skakel in the house. IMAX stream, baby. Old school. Welcome. Welcome to the Earl world. We're just chilling right now in the house. Let's turn down that. There we go. It's a little better that way. And this won't be a terribly long stream. I was just feeling it. And we got the Dodger game on right now. Blue Jays. And what's the score of the game? Maybe I should. Yeah, Lois is back in the building. Yes, Gene Simmons was in it. 3-1 Dodgers? 3-1 Dodgers. All right, let me turn the game on. We don't talk about that in here, Teddy. No, it's not something you bring up at the dinner table, if you know what I mean. All right. Bichette, I remember his dad. Um, I was 8 years old and in California, so I was not there, to be honest with you. So I don't really have much inside baseball. All right, we got Dalton Varsho, 0 for 1. And Yamamoto, 55 pitches. That's semi a lot for the fourth inning. Earl Skakel in the house. I mean, 3-1 Doyers. Whoa! I mean, Yamamoto's the man. Yeah, Zegras is doing well, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think he's a Rick Tocchet kind of player. So it will be interesting to see. I mean, right now they're in the honeymoon phase. So it will be very interesting to see how they double play. To see how it goes. Big W, yo, 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 yo. I mean, I wish the Kings would win the draft lottery, but the Kings, they're never going to be that bad. I mean, Ken Holland was brought in to win a cup. What a big W. We got some MLC freaks in here. Uh, Arby's, we've got the meats. I actually auditioned for that son of a bitch. Every time I hear that commercial, I realize I could be making the money, honey. So, every now and then, bring back Marcel Dion. That's gonna be a tough one. He's gotta be about 70, early 70s, so I don't know if that's gonna help the Kings, but I tell you who is helping the Kings, the great Corey Perry. 40 years old, no King fans wanted him. I went on early record saying the Kings are missing grit and a front of the net presence, and he's got already 4 goals in 10 games, all from the front of the net. So, well, thank you, Ross. I'm just trying to stream and crack that nasty old algorithm now. We will be streaming live from the parade. Yeah, but the Rangers, they'll figure out something. I mean, the problem is they don't have a lot of prospects to trade. I used to go to the movies, but I wanted to see the Naked Gun movie in the theater. I just was lazy. I wanted to see the Rocks movie because I'm a MMA fan, but I just crack that whip, give the fans a slip, step on a brick, whip it, and whip it good. Do 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 do. I guess the head guy from Devo has his office right up from the street from me. Yeah, Richie Incognito. He was like a Mandarich. He was like Tony Mandarich after Tony Mandarich. By the way, if you see my last live stream, which was about I don't know an hour and a half ago, you'll see me randomly bump in to Jeff Ross's manager Amy Z, and you could feel the hatred on the stream. But the funny part was she had to be nice to me because she saw I was streaming. Like that's Hollywood in a nutshell. Yeah, Yamamoto is good. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But oh, okay, TV. Thank you for the intel. I mean, it's all hands on deck, man. I mean, 3-1. Dodgers 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Blue Jays 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. Top of the fifth, so plenty of time. Well, my unit is closed off, so um, we're not going to get many trick or treaters. I wouldn't mind seeing Predator in theaters. That would be pretty fucking dope. Yeah, let's give Big Earl some likes and subscriptions. I mean, the channel is growing to my liking, but the subscriptions have taken a bit of a dip. But that's all right. I thought it said Jews in IMAX. I'm like, what movie was that? I saw about a year and a half ago Alien in theaters, and that was awesome because I'd never seen that movie in theaters. I mean, I'm an angel. I mean, I was a Reds fan growing up as a kid. Okay, here comes Otani. I mean, maybe the greatest baseball player ever. And I realize what I'm saying, but you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, I've never, yeah, but I would love to see if I could see uh, movies from my past in in a movie theater. I would say Predator, Cobra, Lethal Weapon, the first Lethal Weapon. Um, Maybe like a movie like Delta Force. I mean, I used to go to a lot of Dodger games as a kid. My dad's company had season seats, second, uh, second row, second deck, first base side. Pretty good. Kind of like 50-yard line seats for baseball, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I mean, oh, I would love to see the wildlife in theaters, but that's also a movie you could probably. I'm Team Riggs, Team Riggs, um, and Team Joshua. And Bench warmers in a theater. I got to be honest with you. When I went to the premiere, my scene got the biggest laugh. I'm not just saying that, but it's funny walking the red carpet. People were like looking at me like, okay, well, he's got to be someone to be on the red carpet. And literally, photographers were yelling, "Who are you?" That made me feel good. Um, yeah, extra. I'm giving extra candy to kids who go mama 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 or boing 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 boing. Uh, okay, yeah, I was at that series TV. Um, Same seats, second row, second deck. I caught a foul ball there one year, and I remember everything about it. It was the Dodgers against the Cincinnati Reds. The batter was Pedro Guerrero, and the pitcher was Jim Kern. 3-2 pitch. The ball went above my section into the third deck, bounced off a guy's head, the row behind me, and literally right into my lap. I didn't have to move an inch. All right. 3-2 to Otani. Welcome, you guys. This is an old school IMAX stream. We don't do these a lot because the great William Zoom, who is my internet confidant, um, has told me that YouTube really pushes the vertical phone streams, not so much the IMAX streams. And he's probably right. Like, I would guess if I did this stream right now on my phone, I'd have 30 people. Damn, I don't mean to body shame, but that Toronto catcher, he looking a little chubby. Uh, yeah, I mean, but seeing Alien in theaters was pretty awesome. Now, the girl I was with was a complete bitch, but that's fine. How's her life going? Been fired from 3 jobs since we dated. Oh, I remember Terry Pendleton. Um, whoa, ass. SC, did you see my last live stream where I bumped into Jeff Ross's manager live? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm staying in. Welcome. Happy Halloween, everyone. Earl Skakel in the house. Yes, but toward the end, Dabbleverse DV. I bumped into Jeff Ross's manager. She's like, "Hey, Earl, how you doing?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." I had to say hi to her because my friend was with her, but I didn't even look her in the eye. Interesting. I'm old too, but I had never seen Alien in theaters. She's one of the greats. I mean, I don't know what she's up to now, but I wish her nothing but the best. Um, I mean, I was ready. She said anything. Her poor boyfriend, man. I feel for that dude. Because if she's like a bitch to me, she's a fucking cunt to him behind the scenes. But what are you gonna do? It's all good. I was ready too. She mouthed off to me, and it all would have been on tape. But she saw me streaming, so she had to be like semi nice to me. So, oh, sorry about that, Wayne. I'm just trying to make the money, honey. And I have my stream commercials or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I believe she was on camera for a minute, and then her dog was like playing with Lois, probably whispering into Lois's ear, "Take me, I hate it over there." Um, They're probably doing a new roast show with the dog as the host, and Jeff will get all the money. It's just how the business works. Um, so sorry about that, Wayne. Earl Skakel in the house. We're gonna do a half-hour stream on the IMAX, half-hour stream, and then we will charge up the iPhone and just walk the boulevard. The freaks are out tonight, baby. Um, interesting, interesting. Almost as bad as Comiskey Park having the Death of Disco night. Was that Bill Veck? Um, the Dodger fans, they were kind of dicks even when I was a kid. Um, just because that area, they're in prime gang area. That stadium. I mean, it's a beautiful stadium, and the hillside's beautiful, but that is prime Mexican gang area. So it's really kind of funny. Like USC is probably one of the richer schools in the country, but it's in the ghetto. So I have no. Who's in Patriot Big W? I'm not sure if I have. Well, that's when the Florida Panthers, when they, Scott Mellenby killed a rat in the locker room. That's how the rat thing started. I don't know if they give out rats anymore because those Florida fans they got a little surly. Oh, okay. That's the great Kurtwood Smith, aka Clarence Boddicker from RoboCop. Isn't that great? Warren Marshall was one of the greats of his era. I mean, what I called? See, I would say the worst in terms of LA stadium is. I mean, the Forum ain't no picnic. I'll tell you that much right now. But that's the SoFi Stadium. That is. It's Inglewood, and Inglewood High is literally all Crips and Bloods. That's all it is, and that surrounding area is all. Every other block is a Crip or a Blood. Rolling 40s, rolling 60s. Um, you've got the Mob Piru, which is like Suge Knight's thing. Not too many Mexican gangs that way. I mean, I'm sure there are, but not too many in Inglewood. I mean, it's a rough neighborhood, man. It really, truly is. So, I mean, I was there once for an AEW wrestling show, maybe about a year ago, and my buddy who's from Winnipeg was wearing all blue, like Winnipeg Jets colors. I'm like, bro, you better fucking take that shit off. I mean, because there's a great. I'll plug this guy's YouTube channel because he does a really good job. It's called Hood War Stories, 3 words, and he does these breakdowns of the neighborhoods. And he did one of that area, and it's literally Crip block, blood block, Crip block, blood block. And now the gangs are so fucking unorganized and whatnot that you've got Crips fighting Crips and Bloods fighting Bloods, and then you've got the Crips fighting the Bloods. So it's a war zone around SoFi Stadium. That's why I don't go to very many um, events there. Maybe AEW and maybe a concert here and there. So, um, it's an interesting part of town, that's for sure. And thanks to the MLC people coming over. See a few of you in here. I don't do 4 to 5 hour streams. I do mini streams, baby streams, but I do 3, sometimes 4 a day. Like I will be doing another one as I hit the West Hollywood parade route, and so check that out. And if you're new to the stream, please hit the like and subscribe button. Well, the guy from Hood War Stories. I mean, and there's other channels, um, but his is the best. And yeah, I'm doing a stream. What's up? Oh, okay. Thank you, Seema. That's the best neighbor in the world. No, I have not. Well, Rose Bowl's Pasadena, so that's I mean, not a lot of it's pretty wealthy, TB, you know that. Um, so, I mean, I would say if you were to there might be Hispanic gangs, maybe a few, like, maybe MS-13. Damn, 96, man, right on the corner too. I believe so, SC. I mean, I believe so, AC/DC and SC, like, I just like, "She's going on another trip tomorrow night. How many people? How many people leave the country on a Saturday night?" Wayne Fraser gifting 5 Earl Skakel memberships. Thank you, Wayne, you're always, I mean, like, how many people, like, leave like, come on, man. But she's always getting packages, man, but, she likes me. That's all I go on, brother. Alright, 3-1, 1 out. Damn, this guy's throwing ropes. Um, I believe so. I believe so. So, but you know what? It's like last night, I was doing the merch and uh, the 50-50 raffle for the Vagos, and there was this one guy. He, he wasn't necessarily doing anything wrong, but he was acting a little weird. And all of a sudden, I had 5 Vagos behind my back, and that guy cleaned up real fast. Um, well, you don't have to look tough. I mean, I got choked out by a cop who was probably 5'6", 150. So looks can be deceiving. She's from Tehran, Iran. At least that's what she says. Um, so, I mean, look at Hoist Gracie. He was killing guys who were like 100 pounds heavier than him. I don't know about that gold chain Mookie Betts is wearing. I mean, what is he, Ed Lover? Hit deep! That's too bad. Um, oh, no, that's my neighbor, Steph. She's cool. She's very cool. She's another one who's Team Earl, if you know what I'm referencing. Team Earl. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Friday night in the house. Yeah, she's very cool. Yeah, I mean, I've done a roast with Chemo. He's a fucking big boy. Um, I mean, there's a reason why, you know, I'm a hard guy to go up against in LA. I like, I don't know what that means, Big W. I like both, uh, but I like Aces maybe a little better because Kiss told him not to put it out. He's like, "Fuck you guys." I like those guys who go rogue. I remember "Poison" by Alice Cooper. I wanna touch you, but we better not touch. No touch. I wanna kiss you, but my senses. You get the deal. Uh, Kip Smith in the house. Wolverine. I don't even know what that means, Kip Smith. Oh, that is Yarmir Yager. Now, when I was a little younger and had a mullet and had a Jofa helmet, like that. My nickname was Baby Yager. Thank you very much. No, no, I was a little off my diet yesterday. I had a burger, a slab of pizza, and then another meal after the show. So I'm gonna have to get back into tip-top shape starting tomorrow. But I will be wearing leathers tomorrow. Hell bent for leather. One-Eyed Willie and Cotton Eye Joe. Oh yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Um, Jofa vampire nuggets. Those look disgusting. Um, all right, Dan Schulman, Ben Schulman. I don't know who either of these two guys are. Shoolies. We got some Shoolies announcing the baseball game. I appreciate you all. You guys are comedy soldiers. We got some MLC people in the stream as well. I mean, let's just fucking crack this fucking algorithm. Now, I don't know who's live right now. I can't check on my iMac, but if you guys aren't really into my shtick, I'm sure people are streaming who you are familiar with: Pat Dixon, Ray DeVito, Shmuel Buckman, JMO, BYB. You know, I'm just a humble streamer. I'm just an unknown comic from Los Angeles, California, a marginally known voiceover actor. That is all. Just Shuli and Karmic X. Well, you know, like if you guys from MLC aren't into my shtick, you know, please feel free to tune to those channels and you know, have a good time. Oh, Larry Bird, what up? Yo, 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 yo. Is this Larry Bird? Steel Toe Larry Bird? Hey, that is Steel Toes. You know, I'll talk about the Dabbleverse just because you know, he said that he played basketball with the blacks in prison. One, that's highly doubtful. I know people who've been to jail and I know people who've been to prison. They all say one thing is common in both. You don't intermingle with the other races. You just don't. So if you're white, you go to the Peckerwood section. That's what they call it. If you're black, you go to the black section. If you're Hispanic, you go to you know, there's two sections. There's the northern Hispanics and the southern Hispanics. They're kind of together, but you stick with your own. You know, just like Bloods and Crips. They're enemies out here, but oddly enough, in prison, they kind of stick together. So, damn, Dodger, is that a Dodger watch party? Is that in Dodger Stadium? Oh, I would not go watch that game in Dodger Stadium. I'll tell you that much. Um, oh, okay. I mean, no, I mean, I don't know Aaron that well. I don't know him at all. I mean, we talked maybe once or twice on Twitter, like 2 years ago or something. And but that just story does not add up because every person, I'm not talking 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, but literally every person I've known who's been to prison, I've asked them, would a white guy ever be allowed to play with the blacks in basketball? A white guy would not be allowed to do anything with blacks on the yard or in the rec center or whatever. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying it's like, um, when are you coming back to Branson? I've never been to Branson in my life. There must be another Earl with a there must be another Earl with a big dick doing comedy. I mean, I'm just saying. I've never heard of. Um, you just don't intermingle the races in jail or prison. So I've never been to prison. So um, the first Halloween movie holds up. The first Nightmare on Elm Street holds up. And I got to be honest. People may disagree with me here. Um, I think the original My Bloody Valentine holds up. It's the scariest movie I've ever seen in a theater because it was such a low budget movie that you actually thought you were watching like almost like a documentary. Um, and I believe only one actor out of that group, Kip Smith, sending an Earl Skakel membership to Larry fucking Bird. Well, don't see the remake, My Bloody Valentine, with David Boreanaz. 1980 is an independent movie, really, a completely unknown Canadian cast, filmed, I think, in Toronto, maybe Ottawa, I think. And the only actor that I ever saw in anything else from that movie was the curly-haired sheriff in Rambo who got his nose broken. Um, he's the and Rambo was filmed, I think parts of it in Canada, so that checks out. He was probably like a big actor in Canada. Like, that guy I beat in roast battle, K. Trevor Wilson. In America, no one really knows much about him, but in Canada, he's a god. I've had more people come up to me and go, "I can't believe you beat K. Trevor Wilson," more than they said, "I can't believe you beat Jimmy Carr." So, um, you know, but that's actually I beat both. Okay, yeah. So I think I'm not sure where My Bloody Valentine was shot. The first My Bloody, the OG from 1980, but it might not be that scary on TV, but I'm telling you, in theaters, I can remember I saw it with my 2 sisters, and I grabbed my older sister's hand, I was so fucking scared, like, because it was so low budget, it seemed like you were, like, watching it in real time. Harry Warden. I mean, I like Jimmy Carr, Jimmy's cool, we've had some cool conversations, I mean, we don't talk a lot, but, um, but that just I would have thought beating him would have helped me a little, but, Blue Velvet, what up? What am I missing your, sorry, Blue Velvet, my bad, my bad. Did you have a question? I never saw Blair Witch. I mean, I saw, like, snippets of it, but I never watched it. I love that I've got my Ellis Valentine jersey hanging over the TV set. By the way, I wanna watch that documentary on Netflix, Who Stole the Montreal or Who Killed the Montreal Expos? Uh, so welcome, Blue Velvet. I've never had 27 people in an IMAX stream, so I'm a little I don't know how to react. So oh, okay, it's a great movie. It's so scary, and the female lead was really hot, this blonde girl, big jugs, and, I like the, twist they did. I mean, I don't wanna spoil it, but, like, it's a good twist, at the end, cliffhanger, I guess. I'm surprised they didn't try and do a sequel, because that was the big thing back then, but, interesting. American Werewolf was, very scary in the theater, I remember that. Trying to think what other movies were scary. I mean, you know what was, scary, and I used to watch, Howard Stern late night, when Howard Stern was on WOR, and they would play the commercials for Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was scary. I mean, that just the commercials were scary, and Freddy Krueger was kind of and the first two, really the first Nightmare on Elm Street was the scariest because the second one was so gay themed. Like there was something really weird about that. A lot of gay innuendo. Um, and they started on the second one with the one-liners, and then by the third one, he was a full-born comedy character. Um, and Carrie was scary, and one of the guys in Carrie was a Switek from Miami Vice. Um, I did like Freddy versus Jason because that girl Monica Keene, I think is her name. What a set of melons. Who's Annie Murphy? Should I know who Annie Murphy is? Like, I know who Eugene Levy is. Fuck yeah. Jerry O'Connell. He's always wiggling his way into things. Oh shit, Paul Molitor and Jack Morris, old school. Jack Morris didn't fuck around. He'd throw a ball right at your fucking head if he wanted to. Yeah, Michael Talbot, I did like that song Dream Warriors and Love Kills by the great Vinnie Vincent Invasion. Michael Talbot had a good run. He started in '78 in Big Wednesday and that Clint Eastwood monkey. I think he was in the first one, and then Carrie, which is '76. So he had a good run in the late mid to late '70s through, really Miami Vice. But he had to move back home to Iowa. He couldn't get work after Miami Vice. The only things he ended up getting were roles in Brian Dennehy movies because um, Brian Dennehy was his best friend. Um, yeah, Shocker should have done better. I think Wes Craven got fucked over on money with the Nightmare on Elm Street, so he's like, "Fuck you guys! I'll create another Freddy Krueger." And I don't know. I like the premise of it. I really do like the premise of he gets his power through electricity, and it just didn't do well. Like I don't know why. I mean, Mitch Pileggi's an awesome actor, but I remember this will mean nothing to anyone other than maybe TB. But I remember Shocker got the big billboard over what was CVS. Now it's just a vacant 150,000 square feet. I don't know what's going to be. But Shocker got the big billboard in Westwood. And if you got that billboard, you had heat. I mean, because that was like the billboard, like Star Wars, we get Stallone and Schwarzenegger films. And, it just didn't, I don't know. Just, I don't know why. It just didn't pop. Um, well, I think what I was reading was the special effects guy went fucking bonkers, and so he left like 60% into the film. So if you watch the special effects toward the end of Shocker, they're pretty bad. And I guess they couldn't either afford someone or they didn't know anyone who could do special effects. So, but it kind of adds to the charm of the movie. But I'm surprised they didn't do a second one. I mean, it didn't. It wasn't. I don't know if I'd say it was a complete bomb, but I don't know. That's definitely one of the ones I thought would, and because Wes Craven had some panache with all the Nightmare on Elm Street success. Hit deep. Whoa, whoa. Um, I would have thought that um, he would have been given a little bit more rope by the studio. I think it was New Line. I think it was the same company that did Nightmare on Elm Street, but that's one of those things. Like, why was my favorite movie of all time, 52 Pickup, kind of a bomb? And it's really kind of the same storyline as a movie that came out a year later, Fatal Attraction. I mean, Fatal Attraction didn't have the porn background that 52 Pickup did, but it's the same fucking movie, basically. Guy cheats on his wife and then he's blackmailed. Uh, and one movie was a complete bomb, and the other is a pretty big hit. So, I mean, a great cast. I mean, Roy Scheider, Clarence Williams III, Robert Trevorrow is like a really good character actor, and I think the best bad guy of the '80s by far, um, the great villainous John Glover. Um, I mean, but why William was Fatal Attraction such a big hit and 52 Pickup just died. Now, a couple years ago, I saw a documentary. I think it was on Netflix. I forget the name of it, but it was basically about Canon Films, which is who made 52 Pickup. And they essentially said that no movie got publicity unless it was a Chuck Norris movie, and you know, I guess that's the reason. I love John Glover. Like, he's my favorite actor. He's just so good in anything. Um, great in The Chocolate War, which is another great independent movie. I mean, I can't say The Chocolate War should have done better because it was an independent film, but um, yeah, I mean, basically the premise of the documentary was you had two piles of uh, scripts or whatever for the publicist to get into Chuck Norris movies and then every other canon movie. So American Ninja, 52 Pickup, blah blah blah, and I get, Chuck Norris is an established star. He was probably in the second tier of action guys. You had obviously Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Seagal, Van Damme, and then Chuck Norris. Um, interesting, interesting. I was like, Motel Hell. I'd never seen it. Yeah, Kelly. Are you talking about Kelly Preston and um, 52 Pickup? William? Yeah, Rucker Hauer, great. I mean, another movie, speaking of why it didn't do better, was Rucker Hauer's Wanted Dead or Alive with Gene Simmons playing a very good bad guy. And probably my favorite ending of a movie, like of that era for sure. Oh, okay, I didn't see Motel Hell. And now I'm going to assume you guys have seen Wanted Dead or Alive. And if you haven't, I don't know if I can consider this a spoiler, but the premise of the movie is Rutger Hauer's a bounty hunter. He's in charge of finding Gene Simmons, who's playing an Arab terrorist, and he gets I think, $100,000 bonus if he brings him in alive. So he catches him, puts a grenade in his mouth, and as he's taking him to the cops, Gene Simmons says something to him that pisses him off, and he just looks at Gene Simmons with the grenade in his mouth and goes, "Fuck the bonus," and he just pulls the pin, and his head blows up. So Rutger Hauer and C. Thomas Howell. Whoa! So that I don't know why that movie didn't do well. Great cast. I mean, you've got Rutger Hauer, Gene Simmons, Robert Guillaume. Um, who else was in that? William Russ. Just a great cast, but and a lot of those character actors in the '80s you saw in like a lot of films. Jerry Harden, who was like in X Files and whatnot. Two outs, two men on. Yamamoto appearing to tire a little bit. Oh man, I think that went right off the catcher's balls. I mean, Yamamoto showed 93 pitches, so this might be his last inning. I didn't really dress up for Halloween, to be honest. I think I was Ace Frehley one year. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley. Uh, Going to see. I don't know who that is. Rimrod. Rimrod in the house. Yo 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 yo. We've got another 15 minutes, guys. Yeah, Guillaume is a good actor. Of course, he'll always be known as Benson, but Wanted Dead or Alive was a really good action flick, and Rutger Hauer was great. I think it was a little bit of a disjointed effort. Like, it was supposed to be a loose sequel of the Steve McQueen movie, but that was never really delved into. So you didn't know if you were watching. Runaway TV, Runaway. And with the great Chris Mulkey, who said he would do my podcast. Now, Chris Mulkey might be the number one character actor of all time. I mean, he's up there with Emmett Walsh, Bruce McGill. Um, I mean, he is. Oh man, that was a ball too. Um, Man, this Yamamoto, he's like a fucking machine. Um, yeah, Big Black. I just, I'm always curious as to why certain movies don't do well and others do. I mean, why does Nightmare on Elm Street become some huge hit and Shocker's kind of the bomb? Uh, why does Bloodsport? It's a great movie, and then The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman, who was a legit karate guy, good-looking guy, maybe not the best actor in the world, but like for that time period, and Perfect Weapon, kind of the bomb, you know. So it's just weird. I mean, it's a tough fucking business. Bob Jovi. Who's Bob Jovi? The great Fred Ward, Remo Williams. Yeah, Gene was a good bad guy. Um, and Cynthia Rhodes. I mean, she's fucking hot. Uh, yeah, but so did Perfect Weapon. Uh, just a weird. You just look at the '80s where it's kind of feast or famine. I mean, American Ninja. I mean, that was kind of in between a bomb and a hit. I mean, I guess they had like four of them. Michael Dudikoff. I was always disappointed he didn't get into the Expendables. Uh, so a sidekick's one of the greats. I mean, Seagal's a complete dick, but he did have a nice run. His first couple movies, and then man, I think it was after that movie where he played a FEMA worker. What was it, On Deadly Ground? It's like, oh man, it's over, Johnny. Uh, what up, Mickey? Waiver in the house. We got some cool. We got the freaks. Some Dabbleverse freaks are in the stream, so we can talk about the Dabbleverse. I never really got into Dolomite. Under Siege 2, I liked. But I'm a big Eric Bogosian guy. Um, you know, why did Boogie Nights? Why was that such a hit? But yet the actual story Wonderland, that was it didn't do that well. Um, no, I'm staying in tonight. It's so hard to fucking drive in my area right now that Used Cars is a great movie. Um, I think that's a Rob Schneider story, Big W, because Rob told that story on Stern. Waiver, 99 cents. Fuck yeah. Uh, yeah, Eric looked on that. I'm telling you, but Rob Schneider also told that exact same story. So one of them was lying. I'm going to go with Artie lying. Um, no, I mean I don't know, but Rob he does not really um, exaggerate, whereas I think a coked up Artie probably would. Um, yeah, I mean, the Soul Man is definitely not a movie that's aged well. Uh, you definitely could not do that movie. Remrod, we don't do that kind of humor in here. This is not an open mic, please. How dare you? Um, yeah, I mean, Soul Man, Executive Decision, Big Black. That is a good action movie. Apparently, if you watch that again, well, I'm not getting into his politics, but I'm just saying, like he typically has won to not really embellish his stories because he's lived a pretty amazing life in terms of, he's Rob Schneider's been successful since the mid 80s. Not many people can say they've been successful for 40 years. Now, you might not like his politics and whatever, but like, he's I don't know, man. He's lived it. Um, okay. I mean, listen, I don't know of any story that Rob Schneider has embellished. I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm just saying I've never heard of it. But in regards to the story about the Seagal, um, I mean, Rob specifically tells that story that he went into Steven Seagal's trailer one day, and um, so it's not, yeah, white, yeah, 100%. But you couldn't do it with blackface. That would be Under Siege 2, Big W. Now, apparently, an executive decision, Seagal was supposed to make it on the plane with them, and he was acting out so much that I think it was Joel Silver, just well, I mean, Roy Cohn, I'm not, defending Rob Schneider from I did not know that he said that last week, so I'm just saying, yeah, I guess I'm referring more to his Hollywood stories. Um I was just watching Scanners the other, day. I taped it, and, that's a great movie with Michael Ironside. Um, Chad Zuma loves act outs. Hello. Yeah, I was on MLC yesterday with Chad and the great Jungle Jim Florentine, and I will only do MLC from now on with Jungle Jim Florentine because it kind of got that Gutfeld vibe to it. I can't do it with the Brennan Whack Packers. I just can't, man. Um, well, I just think I was on MLC yesterday for about an hour. I don't remember who. I'm trying to think who else was in Scanners. Not very. I mean, Michael Ironside, early Michael Ironside, and the great Patrick McGowan, who most people would know has the sadistic warden in Escape from Alcatraz. Um, we don't talk about Ray Goots in here. I mean, I don't know how Ray Goots thought it was a good idea to move out here from New York to LA. I mean, in New York, he was fairly established. Like, like he got spots, and he asked me what I thought about him moving to LA. And you probably should wait till you have something going on. But he's here, so well, thank you, Remrod. I mean, I love going on MLC from the standpoint of, I mean, I think Kevin Brennan is the funniest person out of all of us. Dabbleverse adjacent, and then the outsiders like myself. But yeah, Jennifer O'Neill. Thank you, Sean. She was great in that. And that Patrick McGowan was the mad scientist. Another under the radar movie is Gene Hackman's Extreme Measures with Hugh Grant. That's a pretty good movie. We'll go another 5 minutes, guys. I mean, I know Vinnie Vincent lives in Nashville somewhere, but I'm not sure, other than ripping fans off, what he's doing. So hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Earl Skakel in the house. 32 people in an IMAX stream is pretty good for me. So I appreciate Tom Brennan and Perry Caravello for giving me the bump. I mean, there's a lot of under the radar. I mean, Scanners is a great under the radar movie. The special effects are so fucking bad; they're good. But it was. I'm seeing the commercial for the first time for the new Predator. Predator Badlands. I don't know. You'll never ever. Thank you, Big W. Yeah, every little bit helps. You'll never replace the original Predator. They've been trying for 40 fucking years. Yeah, I mean, Bergazzi, he's a cool guy. I mean, we did a roast battle, where he was hosting. Um, no, he was one of the judges, and I was the hater. He's a nice guy. Yeah, Patrick McGoohan, I think his best role was the Clint Eastwood, Escape from Alcatraz, where he's the warden, and, and I'm also, obsessed with that story. Einstein killing the alien invasion bugs in the stars. I've never seen a Starship Troopers movie. Rimrod, I thought you meant Ramrod, Wings Hauser from, Vice Squad. Earl Skakel in the house. We're just charging up my phone for the nighttime West Hollywood Parade Freak Show. I'll probably take a little nappy, and then we'll do one final stream tonight. Earl, did you dress as a man for Halloween? What the fuck, Phase My Moon? We're gonna send you to Karmic X's stream. I think that kind of humor. We move 5 meters spread, no sound. Um, I mean, Vice Squad is a great, gritty, grimy movie. I mean, I can't say I think it should have been a box office smash, but uh, it certainly was an early '80s, almost film noir type of situation. I've never been paid once to go on MLC, and I think he pays everyone but me because, oh, well, Earl can afford it, which kind of sucks because I've saved a lot of MLCs, and so when you see fucking whoever Hope Gutierrez is getting paid $100, and I don't need the fucking money. That's not the point. But you know, you'd think Kevin, since he claims to have paid, everybody would go, "Hey, Earl, here's 100." I'm not saying I saved the show yesterday. I'm just saying, you know, Angel was the best Angel film is uh, the first one. Donna Wilkes, Rory Calhoun, John Deal, who I think later that year got Miami Vice. I mean, Angel, I think was 82, maybe 83, and then the one with Betsy Russell. It just wasn't the same. But I understand why they did a sequel. I mean, Angel cost no fucking money, and it made money, but it just wasn't the same. I was supposed to go to the Burbank Autograph Festival. I think Donna Wilkes was there. Um, how about the band Angel? Hey, how about the song Angel? Don't know what I'm gonna do about this feeling inside. Yes, it's true. Loneliness took me for a ride. Yeah, Bashetti does bring in the super chats. Oh, I bet he does pay Bashetti. It's like, well, Earl comes from money. He doesn't need it. Well, it's still nice to pay someone when they do well on the show consistently. I mean, I would say I do well on the show consistently more than anybody, but what are you going to do? Yeah, Jeff Kober, Out of Bounds. He was also great in that Lou Diamond Phillips horror movie. Was it First Power? Where there's like a satanic something or other, and hit deep. I mean, they are. I mean, oh man, that guy should have. Oh, he did run it for a double. I love Jeff Kober. He's definitely a underappreciated character actor. All right, kids, one more minute. Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna take any shit from Kevin, but I think deep down that's why he likes me. You know, he never would admit it because he wouldn't be cool, but um, you know, I'm not a fucking Brennan Whack Packer, so I'll only go on with Florentine. Yeah, but I mean, I think the reason why I like doing it with Florentine is because and that's why I think I would do well in Gutfeld. Is like I know when to let him talk. He knows when to let me talk. He sets me up with a question. I set him up with a question. I mean, it's really ideal. No, I don't think it's fake with Brennan, but what are you gonna do? Over the Edge was a good movie. I'm trying to think of some other lost movies. I mean, All That Jazz with Roy Scheider. The Dodgers are going all in here. Tango and Cash. I had no idea the controversy behind that movie. Patrick Swayze was supposed to be the Kurt Russell part. I mean, a lot of casting, almost as many casting snafus as Rambo. At one point, Al Pacino was supposed to be Rambo. All right, you guys. I love you all. Hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you live from the West Hollywood Parade later. Earl Skakel, over and out.